Let's give you our pivot this morning. Our pivot this morning is going to be 69.03. We got resistance up here at 17. Hold on just a second. I like this spot in here. Uh, 69.03 is going to be our pivot. We got resistance up here at 17, 28, 34, 40, 52, and 64. I've got support down here at 91, 78, 66, 53, and 41. And in between time, I'm also going to be giving you some levels. Intermediate levels here, but Brad will post our main levels here. And we'll see what we're going to do here. We're coming up on 68, 97, 98. All right. 96. Should have given us a bounce in here. Our fix this morning is 1631. I am looking to get back up to at least our pivot. Now, how we're going to go about getting there, I don't know. Coming into our first level here at about 90.
Just posted the
91.
levels in the chat area for those that didn't get a chance to write them down. Hey, Philip.
Hey, Michael, tell me something. What time does the exchange, I guess the London exchange, shut down over there? Is it 10 o'clock, 10:30 our time, Central Time? If you know, throw that in the chat. I appreciate it. Got a 92, but I also have a 91. And we're coming into our 91 there. We got down to what? 91 and change. So if you were able to get some of that 91, I'm looking to get back to at least a 94. Really and truly, I want to see 6,900, but I don't know if it's going to give it to me this first rattle out of the bag. So we did get the 94. Let's see if we can get back up to that 2 area.
Hey, Joe D, give us a quick shout out that you're connected. And let us know how you're coming in. I'm having a hard time chatting to you in Zoom.
Got levels back up here in this area here. 6,900 is 6,902. Like this, but
Hey, Joe D, need to hear from you.
we have a little news coming out at 8:45, Chicago PMI, I believe. Other than that, we got Fed speaks at 11. It's their week to everybody gets to talk. If you were able to get some of that one, you got paid off. The numbers are spread out just a little bit this morning.
Hey, Joe D, Joe D, will you check in? Use the chat feature.
See, our next level below is going to be down there at 78. I still can't rule out this 90 and that 02 area. Down into the 91s. The 78's a good area. I'm going to throw in another one, an intermediate level in there. Going to be around 82 to 83. You know, when I tell y'all I keep lots of numbers, these are nothing but numbers back and front, and that's just for this year. I've got them going back years. Okay, we're coming down into this that 82 area I'd mentioned. It's an intermediate spot in there. We should get a little bounce off of it. We got down to 82 and a quarter, and we bounced. Yeah, I mean, that's basically what we do. We counter trend. Well, we are counter trending. That is correct, but we're doing it at an area that we expect the market to react off of. These are our levels. That's all they are. They're areas. They're not precise like that 82's in there. Really and truly, the exact number. And we don't give out 50s, so we just have to kind of round it. It was actually 82.50. So, that was a nice quick reaction. We did it in 1 minute. You could have got 4 points out of it. No strain, no gain, just bam. And you'll see that this 82 area in here is holding some support for a quick bounce. And that's what we're here to do. We're not here to buy and hold. Now, if this thing were to turn and start running, we would manage that position if you had some left over. $11:30 New York time. That's 10:30 our time. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Hey, Joe D, haven't heard from you, so we're going to have to exit you. Don't want to do that, so make sure you respond.
At 90 on the upside is still in play. And what I mean in play is look, it's leaving tracks on its way down. These are areas that if and when this thing reverses and we get an option to go long above something or at a level and you got some leftovers, then and it starts to run, then those are areas that you look for. It's not something that we're just going to buy one down here and hold on. I've got some more down here, probably 80, which is not going to give us much. It will give us a bounce or two. The 78 is a little bit better. So our 80 did work. We only got the 80 and a quarter. And that's the way it'll work sometimes. Sometimes it'll go past them a little bit. Sometimes it stops short. We scale into our positions. So if you had the 80, some may use the 81, some use the 80-50. Just everybody's got their own entry deals. And gonna have to break, probably at least get back to 89 to see this market want to change, I would imagine. Okay, we are 8:45. There's some Fed speaks. Fixing to start out. No, this is Chicago PMI. It starts out at 8:45. Excuse me. Let me double check that and make sure. Yeah, Chicago PMI. It came out 43.8. They were expected 42.3, so that's a little bit on the positive side, I guess.
For those that are joining us through our socials, join us live now, daytradingmarkets.org. Follow the instructions on the bottom of your charts. I'll let Joe go.
Oh, okay.
Non-responsive. Not sure why. I mean, well, I know why. They come in for the numbers and they beat it.
I had several little trades this morning that just, I guess I got in here about 7:40 and started messing around and trades started popping up. So I started thinking, let's see, we had I've got levels just scrolled all down through here. It's just that I could give them to you, but that just sometimes we get, we don't know if these things are going to work. Honestly, this is areas that we anticipate the market having a reaction off of. And for the most part, they do work. Probably 70, sometimes between 70 and 80% of the time they do. And sometimes it's higher than that. We'll go along and we'll be rocking along at 100%. And all of a sudden we'll hit one of those days that, it's a runaway day. It's going in one direction. It's not going to change directions. I don't care what we do. Okay, we're going to have to get to 89. We got some resistance up there at about 90, 91, 92 area. This is Friday, so don't dig yourself a hole that you can't get out of. That's what we're looking for. Got a little resistance up there coming back into that 91 zone. Looking to see. I have no idea what it's going to do. If anybody has any questions, please feel free to ask. Back up to that 90, 92 area. 91 was a level. Price action says we ought to get back up to 92, 92 and a quarter, whatever the high of this bar here is, 92 and a quarter. Price action's also saying we ought to get back up to that 90, 6,900 area. Never put it somewhere right in there. I also have some targets on the downside.
For those that are joining us through our socials, come on over. You got a week access pass, a free week access pass. It's our Zoom, so come right over. Got a number of people coming out of our socials and coming in, so welcome. While you're on our socials, like us, share us, repost us, heart us, bookmark us. It really does help.
Looking to see if we have any trades. I don't see anything. We got down to that 80. And I did have a intermediate level sitting there at 80. Also, we gave out the 82, 83 before that. I'd like to see this more here close back up in this 95 area. 96 would be even better. The average true range of our bars now is about little over 5.25 points. So with that in mind, don't expect to get 10 points out of it unless you're willing to hold. But if you were willing to buy this 82 somewhere in there, price action says we should get back up into here. You could have taken it, made you a few points, gotten out. If it closes up here in this range up in here, you may want to hold it. Don't know. Take quick profits and wait for another entry. It's tough for me to give away 2 and 3 points. It's kind of like, okay, that's money in my pocket. We've got another minute on this thing to see where it's going to want to go. All right, let's see. Hey, just a little bit here. Like 86 is going to be the magical number.
Yeah, just follow the instructions when you're installing Zoom. You should pop right in.
I'll tell you what. I believe it's worth a shot. I took the 83 and I'm looking for the 92. And I believe it's worth the shot in there. So, if you don't like it, take some profits. Take a couple points out of it. That's a 8 or 9 point run in there. And that's why you take profits on the way up. Because that's what it's designed to do, is to shake you out of all this mess. All right, next level below is going to be down here at 78. All right, let's see what the 78 is going to give us. The problem with 78 is I also have this 75 area down in here. But we ought to get something out of the 78. would look to see about 82. '81, '82 area, somewhere in there. If it doesn't go there pretty quick, just scratch a trade, make a little bit. And
Hey, Jeff, welcome. I'll post the levels for you.
okay, we got our 82. Excellent. Our level was 78. We took it straight up. Was looking for 82. We got it. You're still holding on to some. At 92 is not an outrageous area to get.
Hey, Jeffrey, I'll just post the levels for you. For those that are joining us through our socials, join us now live in Zoom. Come in, you get a free access pass for a week. If you need trading platform, let us know when you come in. If you need trading capital, let us know when you come in. We're here daily. This is our daily coaching session focused on the S&P 500 E-mini. We're looking to do 2, 3, 4, 5 trades. During the session, we're looking to pick up 2 points plus in each trade. Long trades, short trades. We utilize a price action trading strategy. It is teachable, learnable. And we also do this live coaching session for those that have their own technique and are looking for better levels and better trades. Consistent profitability, so come on over. Can't help you unless you come out of our socials into our Zoom. Daytradingmarkets.org is the link. Put it in your browser and pop right over. It's our Zoom, so it's free. Come on in.
A little headway up here at about this 85, 86 area, and a little more at 87. I think if we can get past this clutter right in here, we should see our 92. I need a close above about 85. That 86.75 is going to be our kind of like a intermediate pivot, I call it. It's just another line. Yeah, let's see that. Okay, the two-digit numbers are like 68.91, 68.78, 68.66. We just don't put all the numbers in front of it. We just assume that that our pivot's at 03, 69.03. Any numbers below that is going to be support, so we're going to be down to 68s, and any numbers above that is going to be in the 69s. Does that make sense? Like our 78 was down here at 68.78. We just don't type it all out. We just assume everybody, that thing would be a mile long. Okay, levels to be aware of. 92, back to the upside. $6,900 and 02. But we have to wait till this market turns. So far, it's not giving us much of a turn. We're trading down. Like I said, I've got levels here, here, and here. So, between 78, 80, and 82, there's a lot of support in there. And that's what we're seeing. We're seeing a lot of bouncing around it. And need to get back above S92, really and truly. Right now, I need to get back above this 86 area. But what it wants to do is two different things. We've got an up NASDAQ, 200 points. We got an up ES and a down 11-point Dow. And it's not going to surprise me if we get down into this 75 range. Taking our 78. The next level below that is going to be down at, what I got, 66. I'm doing my darndest to get back to that 92. That's what happens when you trade a bias. Sometimes it works, and you have to know when it's not working. And when it goes against you, that's my cue. It's not working. Get out. But this 96.75 is going to kind of be a pain in the neck. But we've cleared a lot of the hurdles going back up. Coming back up to that 86.75. That's off the 82s. I'm out at 86. For me, a lot of times is if I have a bias and I see the pattern, I'm just not going to buy it here and try and hold it. I'll buy it, take profits, buy it, take profits. If it pulls back down low enough, I'll buy it again with a stop below it and keep aiming toward it. But I also know coming into this 86 area right here that we've got some headway. So it gave me a place to take profits. We're winding back down. Don't, at some point up here, it's just going to be, there's a few points left in it. It's kind of like, okay, I've captured a bunch of moves going back to that bias. So that's me. Not only my price action, this is price action, what it's doing, and I'm taking the price action trades. But I also have a bias to a target to the upside. It's just not giving it to us. So if I can take some, I'm happy. Some's better than nothing. But when I look across here, that 86 is an area that, okay, we've been back to several times, but we're just not really blowing through it. But do I still believe in the 92? Oh, most definitely. 92 is a number that's there now. How long is it going to take to get back there? I wish I could tell you. If I knew that, I'd be a multimillionaire. Be like Brad said, I'd be driving around in my convertible with my big cow horns on the hood like Giant. And that's the reason we don't hold on. 75. I've got a 74. I would take the 75. Get paid off on it. Next level down below is going to be at 66. But I had a 75. I had a 74 and a 75 in there. And I had this 75 in there a while back. So this was here this morning. So when we got down to 74, dead on the money. A little bit of I, I don't I can't put all the numbers down that I see. That would just drive you nuts. I just have to give you the better ones that I think that okay, we should bounce off of these levels here or pretty close to them. I actually had the 74 in there, but I put the 75 in there, kind of front run it a little bit, and we got to 74 and stopped and bounced off of it. We run into a little headway up here at around 82 to 83.50. Has anybody got any questions? Please feel free to ask. We are twiddling our thumbs now. That's the thing we do most of the time around here. We just kind of grab weight. But there's plenty of trades in a day. Trust me, there's just more trades in a day than we want to keep track of. And we're back to all three markets again green, which is a good sign. If you're wondering, probably around 87 area Because if you're looking to take some profits on this trade, and 86 may stop it again. I don't know. Matter of fact, I have a number at 86 here. What was it? 6902. '82. Let's see. I've got some at 80. Uh, and some here at 80, and probably some more about 86. And I had an 82. Where did it get on? Yeah, I see the 82 now. That was kind of like from yesterday was this 82. Today I'm working on 80 and 82. The 78 zone, and also a 74 in here. And I'm looking to get back to 92. And we are coming up on 930. It's going to have to wait and see. As long as we stay above the 82, we should see that 86, 87 area. So I'll be right back. See, it's trying. Got some resistance up to the upside and about sitting right there about the 92, 93 area. We've got the blue bands coming in there. I just have a hard time getting up there. Have a little bit of resistance up here. It's about the 91. And we should hit that 92, but don't know. We know that that level this morning was coming in there at 91. So the question is now, is it going to be resistance or support? I was expecting a little bit of blow through to it. If we can get above this 92, 93 area, I think we should go on up. But earlier we had to get above, and I think, what was it, 98 to see that upper run. Okay, finally made it to the 92. Now I got to see what this 92 is going to. Should have went up a little bit higher. But we know at 91 we had a level in there, so it's going to either stop it, turn it. Plus we got a blue band coming in here, which should drop it down. Maybe this 89 area. Don't know. We're going to have to work our way above that blue band at that 92. I think if we get above this 92 area here, we should see the 98. Okay. Who do I have at 90? We have a blue band rolling in there at 90, 90, 91 right now. And also we had a level this morning sitting at 91. And our two targets back to the upside, well, we actually had three. We had this one at 92. The next one's going to be here about, I'd say 98. And the next one was going to be up here at 92, and if not higher. So it's kind of doing what it should be doing. I'm flat. I'm out of a trade. I worked this thing and sat and worked and sat and worked, and that's the problem with just sitting around waiting long enough for this thing to do what you see it's going to do. You know, let's see, that 92 didn't take, let's see, 10, 20, 30, 40, almost an hour to get back to it. This 98 is, it's going to probably be an hour and 10, hour and 20 minutes to get up to this 98 area. You know, I would, at this 97, 96, 97 area, I'd be looking to get out of this thing for sure. You know, is it going to go there? I believe it is, but you know what? I've captured a bunch of that move. I had to do it in little pieces a bunch of different times, but it's done. Do I want to sit around and be right? And I'd rather be profitable than right. Trust me, it's taken me a long while to learn that one. Heck with being right. Let's be profitable. Being right usually has a price tag that I can't afford or don't want to. But dear, ever since 8:30 this morning, which was right here, all the way down into here, you know, this thing is leaving trails to the downside. Okay, there's our 98. The next one's going to be up here at 92. And we got some headway. We're sitting at a green band. But these areas are areas that, look, once we start heading toward them, usually we get to them. Now, is it going to go straight like it is? I wish they would all do this. This is pretty easy to stay into. But most of the time it's down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. They just sit there and you can look at our levels coming across here and going, okay, well, a lot of times what I could do is if we come down, I'll take a level. And if we get back up above, like up in here, I move my stop up to here and say, hey, let's see what happens now. Then, you know, they gave me the 92 area, which, okay. Then we come up to the 98. These are levels that I'm telling you, almost an hour ago. Okay, we should get back to. Does it always work? No, but when it does, it gives you good areas to hold on for targets or areas to shoot for. What it's doing now, it usually does in the first 5 to 15 minutes. And it didn't do that this morning. So I'm going, okay, now we got a long, drawn out affair. This market opened up at 68.97. We had a 98 target. We got a green band sitting there, got a red band sitting there. So we're coming up on 10 o'clock, which is the end of our morning session. Doesn't mean you have to quit trading. Just means that, we're not going to be here the rest of the day. Volume tends to drop off a little bit. It's not as many players. Europe shutting down. They're in the game. The New York, Chicago's in the game this morning, and by about 10:30, I think Michael said it was 11 o'clock Eastern time, which is 10 o'clock Central. That's when their markets over on the other side of the pond shut down. So those guys over there, this is coming up on a weekend. If they're long, they're short. They somewhere in here in the next probably 20 minutes, 30 minutes, they're going to have to, are we going to hold on to this thing over the weekend? Or are we going to go ahead and get out and reposition, come on Monday? We don't know. But we'll see. Usually most days we see a gyration in the market. And then after that, it settles down and everything, then it'll take a direction, and it usually will go up and go ahead and finish the pattern that it was earlier. That's just an observation. Does it have to follow those rules? One thing I've learned is the market can do whatever it wants to. You have to follow it. It doesn't have to follow yours. Who was it said the market is always right? And I'm going, yeah, pretty much. I don't think well, it may be for today, but I don't think this market is finished going down yet. I see on a daily market, I see areas all the way down into the 6,600s. This is the way to trade. You just cross your hands and wait. Even though I'm not in the trade, I get satisfaction for saying, okay, these are the levels that we should get back to. And out of three of them, we've hit two of them. Are we going to hit, are we going to hit the third one? Well, analysis said we should, but the question is when. So, like I said, I was trading like a bandit down there earlier, just trying to catch some longs. So, if you can catch enough of those, let me see how far we went from 74 to up to 90, 98. I have 28 points in there. And, and I've captured a lot off these levels. So you don't have to catch these. I mean, if you happen to be in one and you have a reason to stay, yeah. But I don't know how many times I've traded this morning. Probably 10 or 12. A lot of days I'm up to 20 times. Just, but I come to trade. I get up here and I come, and I'm to the point now, look, if I'm wrong, get out. It's not going to sit there. But if it's going in my direction and I'm throwing a 2-lot at it, I take some profits off of one and break even on the other, hey, that's okay. And a lot of times if we get 4 points out of a trade, I might well take them both off. So, you take 3 points and you take 2 off, that's a 6-point run. So it don't take many 2-lots to make 20, 30 points. But you can't be sitting there waiting. You can only be doing that when you're taking profits. And if it takes off and runs all the way up there, hey, which it usually does not happen very often, but it does happen from time to time. I bailed my trade up there at 86. I said, the 96. I said, we're above 92. We'll see 98, but, I've got some resistance coming right up in here. I'm out. Okay, coming up to 5 to 10. Let's see what it's going to do now. So if you look at the 5-minute chart, you see our horizontal line sitting there. And we see our pivot. We see this 91 that we had in there. I threw in the 82 area. We had the 78, which was right in here. And we had this 74. And these were levels picked out before the market opened or right at the open. I pretty much, had them in my mind. I was just trying to figure out, do I want to go a little lower, a little higher yet? Don't know. I try and get out of a trade usually by close to 10 o'clock anyway. If I'm long, and like I said, if I'm long and you're green and it's a Friday, pat yourself on the back. Monday's a new day. There'll be more stories to tell and more market action. Also, keep in mind, if you're going to continue to trade, that around 11 o'clock today, we have two more Fed speaks going to be speaking. So be aware of that. I don't know why all these guys have to speak. They've already come to consensus, and that's what they're going to do is drop it a quarter of a point. Tell you what, I can tell you this, and what was it? Was it yesterday? It was the day before yesterday. I was in a position, and I was in a big drawdown. And I didn't want to get out of the position. I was short the position. And I made a mistake and pushed the wrong button, and it got me out of the position. Instantly, I had to sell another one up there, but I lost my drawdown, and so it worked out great. I got it all back, but it's kind of like be careful pushing those buttons. I had one time I would place an order and it would get me out of the order almost instant. And I'd lose 50, 75, $100. Just if I bought one, I lost $100 or 75. I'm going, what in the world's going on? Then actually called the support over at Ninja Trader and told them what I was doing, and they looked at the logs, and they just started. Oh, it's not our fault. It's not our fault. I'm going, look, I'm not trying to blame anybody. I'm just trying to figure out what's going on. Okay, you tell me it's not the software, but yet you're seeing I put in an order, and after about 4 or 5 of them, it's starting to get expensive. And finally, they just threw up their hands and said, oh, well, it's not our fault. It's not our fault. I don't know. You got problems. I'm going, okay. So I called back a day or two later, and the next guy I get, he's the same way. Yeah, it's not our fault. We're not doing it. I said, look, I'm not trying to blame anybody. I'm not trying to shove it off on you. I'm just trying to figure out what's going on. If you got some ideas, I sure would greatly appreciate it. And the young man sat there and thought a few minutes, and he said, it might be your mouse. Well, I said, okay. He said, try changing mice. And I said, okay. So I jumped down and tramped off to the store and get me a new mouse and come back and plug it in. And sure enough, that was the problem. Don't ask me how or why, but the mouse was, you press one and it was doing something else too. And I'm going, oh, I'll be darned. In the meantime, I lost about $500. guess he was worried. I guess they were worried for their company that, I was going to sue them. I'm going, look, I'm not out to get anybody. I'm just trying to figure out what's going on. And I need some help. Maybe you can help me. Guys, we're at the end of our morning session. It's been a interesting session. The numbers worked out good. We had reasons to take it. If you're going to continue to trade, continue to use the numbers. Keep your stops in. Remember, today is Friday. If you're green, hey, why work hard? Get out while we got some. And I will be back in again next week. Saul's still going to be out next week. He'll have to contend with me another week and a half, I think. And hopefully we'll get better. And if anybody has any questions, please feel free to ask, because I'm not doing anything. I'm flat. I quit looking for them price action moves, because you just wouldn't believe how many of them's in a day. There's just hundreds of them. It's kind of like it'll drive you nuts after a while. But other than that, I'll be in the background a while for a minute or so, if anybody has any questions. And David B., it's good to see you. Come back next week. To see everybody again on Monday.
Appreciate you, Don. Thank you very much for this morning's session. Coming to the end of our daytradingmarkets.org coaching session. We do it daily, trading days, from 9 a.m. to 11. For those that are joining us through our socials, take a moment to like us, share us, repost us, heart us, bookmark us, whatever you can do. Find our home base, share. Daytradingmarkets.org is the link to come in. You got a week free access pass to come in. It's our Zoom, so it's free. If you're interested in trading, come on in. If you're a current trader and you're looking to develop consistent profitability or get on to consistent profitability, come on in. We can help you out. We'll be back here again on Monday. Appreciate you. For those that are or were sent the link to set up a consultation, process your link, pick your time. Just use the link. It'll drop you right into the calendar. As you come in as a guest, there is a dialogue that happens. We'd like to understand why you're here, how we can help you, all in the vein of helping you develop your own trading setup and then consistent profitability. We're going to be signing off. Appreciate everybody. And again, while you're in our socials, like us, share us, repost us, share us around, and then come right into our Zoom. Daytradingmarkets.org. Put in your browser, follow the instructions, you'll come right in. You get an email.